Hi guys, and welcome back to another Richie.P YouTube, and in this video we'll be going through the top 5 support units. So let's begin, and at number 5 we have the Theatre Defence System. Now this one you do need to have a army barracks of level 5, so obviously it does take a little bit before you can build this one. The pros of this is you have great missile defense. This is obviously the best unit to have for missile defense, but you also can see here that you do have fixed wing attack and defense as well. The HP on these aren't too great, so the hit points are quite low to start with and are very slow moving, and they don't get any attack bonuses or anything, which there's some of the negatives. Obviously at level 4 you can get airlift, which does become very handy, so you can get to the front line. Obviously you get a nice boost against missile defense, and the HP increases slightly as well. That's at level 4. Level 5 you get the stealth ability, so any stealth aircraft these will detect at level 5. Obviously you've got a nice anti-air range of 125 against fixed wing and missiles. Sadly they don't do anything against helicopters, so this is purely for missiles and fixed wing units. So yeah, that's why it only comes in at level 5. Level 6, obviously again you get a nice little boost against missile defense. It basically stops any missiles. You have a couple of these in a stack and they're literally lethal, to be fair. Obviously hit points also get upgraded at level 6 to 20, so yeah, I probably do recommend, if you can, getting these up to the full level if possible. Mobile SAMs is coming in at number 4. Again, this has got fixed wing and missile defense. This one's more against fixed wing though, as you can pretty much wipe out multiple air stacks with a stack of these. As you can see here, 8 attack and defense. Again, no bonuses as such, and the hit points are pretty low. Again, only having 15 hit points, so they probably will need some extra protection. Obviously the anti-air is not as big as the theatre defence, obviously 75 to start with, but once you get level 4 you can get an increase of 100 for anti-air, and obviously you get the airlift ability, which comes in so handy, especially later in game when you've got to fly across half the map. Obviously it really does speed up the process of getting these to the front line, because again they're quite slow moving. Obviously the boost for attack against fixed wing is 10, and they also get a missile upgrade of just 3, but I mean if you have a stack of 5 to 10 of these, it's still pretty good for missile defense, but these are mainly for fixed wing. But if someone attacks you with helicopters, they're pretty useless, to be honest, so that's why they're only number 4 in the list. Again, you can get air assault at level 6 with these guys, so basically you can attack as a helicopter to start with, and then once they land, then obviously they can go back into their mobile SAM launcher mode. Also you get a lovely boost on the missile defense here, as you can see there, 5.5, and then 11 against fixed wing. So these are still pretty useful for missile defense. If you don't want to upgrade your barracks to level 5, these come in at level 4. So yeah, another solid air defense and missile defense. Moving on to number 3, we go to mobile artillery. Now, I haven't seen many people use these. Obviously, these are mainly for versing hard targets like your tanks and whatnot. You can also attack ships with them here. Obviously, it's only minimal, but if you've got them on the coastline, they can be quite handy if you haven't got much navy to bombard any incoming ships. They also attack infantry, but is quite low. They start off with a range of 65, so slightly better than your mobile artillery. That's why these have made the list, and purely because they are pretty good against tanks and any hard targets. Obviously, the hit points is another positive. They do start off with 29 hit points. So again, if you've got a stack of, say, 5 to 10 of these, the hit points are pretty high, so they can withstand a few attacks. Again, if you boost them up to level 4, they get airlift, so you can transport them across the map. They also have a range increase, you can see here, of 85, which comes in very handy, especially, again, if you've got them on the coastline. If people don't upgrade their navy, you can actually outrange most people's navies, because most of the ships start off with 50 range. You've got a nice little boost on hit points as well. 36 is not too shabby, in my opinion, to have, especially, I say, if you put 5 to 10 of these in a stack, that's a pretty decent stack in my eyes. If you upgrade them to level 6, the attack range for these is, the max is 85. That's why they're number 3 on the list and not higher up. Obviously, you can see here, great boost on armour though. You get 9 attack on armour, 3.5 for infantry, and then 3 for ships. And again, you get another hit point boost up to 41, which, say you put 5 or 10 of these together, that's a pretty hefty stack to be reckoned with. And that's why that makes number 3 on my list. Coming in at number 2 is the multiple rocket launcher. Now, these start off with an attack range of 75. That's why they are so high up on my list, because with an attack range of 75, there's nothing else that starts with a higher attack range. You've also got infantry and tank attack of 4 each, which is not to be sniffed at, especially if you get them out early game. And again, against ships, you've got decent attack versus ships, and with the range being 75 to start with, again, it's another positive. Obviously, the hit points are quite low. That's one of the negatives for the multi-rocket launchers. But they have got more positive than they do negatives. Obviously, the attack range on these, I think it's level 4, where you go up to 100 range, which over the land is just insane and comes in so handy. Level 4 here, you can see range of 100. You don't get airlift with these though until level 5. Obviously, you've got 6 and 6 attack against infantry and tanks, and 4 attack against ships. So if you have a stack of 5 to 10 of these with 4 attack on your coastlines, it can do some pretty decent damage to any incoming navy stacks. So that's why I've ranked this so highly on the support unit. But yeah, for these guys, it's level 5 for airlift. Sorry, obviously the previous ones are all level 4, whereas the multi-rocket launchers here, you can see level 5. Which kind of sucks because they are slow moving around the map, so I do recommend you trying to get them up to level 5 as soon as possible. Obviously, the hit points go up to 20 when they're level 5, which isn't too great. So they are quite weak on their own, so it's probably best to pair them up with something else if possible, but I still highly recommend these guys. But my number 1 support unit, to me, has got to be the mobile anti-air. Basically, because you can attack pretty much every single unit in the game. Obviously, the anti-air is quite low to start with, but you can see here, you can attack infantry, you can attack tanks, you can attack fixed wing, you can attack helicopters. You've also got missile defense. This is what you call the all-rounder support unit. The only units you won't be able to attack is obviously the Navy. They've also got a great starting hit point of 25, which again, early game is pretty strong. It's got a stack of 5 to 10 of these. That's a really strong stack to come up against, especially when you can fight infantry and tanks. You get airlift ability at level 4, Plus, also, you only need an army base of level 1 for these guys with your arms industry. So they are very, very cheap to get out early game, or you don't have to upgrade many buildings. You can see here the nice boost you get going up to level 4. Obviously, the hit points again up to 29 for this one. So I do recommend if you can get up to level 4 as quick as you can, because the airlift ability really does come in handy to be able to get these to the front line. Level 5, I believe, you've got the air assault, so obviously it can attack as a helicopter to start with, then once it lands, obviously it turns back into the mobile anti-air. So again, another positive feature for these guys, and that's why it makes my number 1 on the list. Level 6, you can see here, you've got great attack and defense versus fixed wing and choppers, and a tiny bit for missile defense. Infantry's not too bad as well. You've got a pretty decent attack versus infantry. So all in all, this unit is absolutely solid for a support unit. It is literally the ultimate utility unit with HP of 31 as well. So that's my top 5 of support units. Do you disagree or agree with me? Please like and subscribe and comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.